तो सबको राम राम अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
Good morning.
So, guys, we have decided, as per the last conversation, we have decided to make sure that this time we'll cover up all the other issues which has not been covered last time. Because as per the last conversation, some of my friends who are actually not well aware about Hindi, so they asked me to, if you really want to get connected with everyone, so at least put some videos in the other languages as well, so you may get connected with other people. तो भाई लोग अपने कुछ खास दोस्त जो बाहर है उन्होंने ये सजेस्ट किया है कि आपने बीच में जैसे कुछ वीडियोस कंटिन्यू की थी इंग्लिश में, वो वीडियोस आप कंटिन्यू रखें. तो आज डिसाइड किया दोस्तों कि मैं दोनों हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों ही बताते चलता हूँ, क्योंकि कुछ दोस्त अपने जो बाहर से जुड़े हुए हैं, so they are not that much aware about Hindi. They try to get that translated and then they try to understand it. तो दोस्तों आज के लिए बातें जो हम करेंगे, कोशिश करूंगा मैं कि इसकी मैं वैसे तो सोच रहा था कि साइड बाय साइड आपको डाल दूंगा कि सबटाइटल्स में मिल जाए, लेकिन वो समझ में नहीं आता कुछ लोगों को. तो खैर, अब शुरुआत कर ही दी तो अब हिंदी में ही कंटिन्यू रखते हैं. लेकिन कुछ इंटरनेशनल इश्यूज जो हम डिस्कस करेंगे वो मैं कोशिश करूंगा कि उसको इंग्लिश में ही कवर किया जाए, बिकॉज सम ऑफ आवर पीपल were not able to connect with the language which I was speaking. I just love my Hindi, I love my mother tongue, and I love my mother tongue influence as well. But somewhere, if we want to get connected with other people as well, so we should give them respect, because of internet now we can get connected with anyone or everyone across the globe. Whosoever wants to talk to you, you can go ahead and talk to the person directly, or you can take somebody's help and get in touch, right? So that's the benefit of globalization and the internet. So here, as my other friends asked me to, upload at least once in a week, upload anything in English so that they can understand that well. So I'm just keeping that in mind, and I'm just making this video in Hindi. And with the display, you must have understood that what all things we are going to cover today means what all needs to be discussed, and whatever plans we have to discuss about the topics are there. So as for some few of, see, as you already know that I was on so and so platform for really longer period, and almost like 45% of population was from different countries as well. So now they are just watching the videos, and they ask me to make sure that when I'm going to discuss anything, they should understand it very well. So I asked them to learn Hindi. That there are some my old friends know that there were people like if you remember Saira and all. So these people were taught Hindi by me. So if you remember, I just forgot the name. Few of them, Al Qaeda. If you remember, if you remember Devil. If you remember other friends like very close to me, they are still in touch, and we do have conversation. Means we do talk over the phone as well with them. So just don't want to take their names, because that platform was something different, and here on YouTube is a little different from that platform, because that was only for entertainment. And for a few things, the limited things were there. However, people used to make good money out there. But here, if we talk about YouTube, is something you need to be serious on this platform, because it's used globally. And each and every mobile phone, if you will find that there are softwares, and those softwares must be keeping YouTube. So you can find YouTube in each and every cell phone or any multimedia cell phone. However, those sites or those platforms cannot be found on all the devices, but you can find YouTube on all the devices. So it's like a very sensitive platform as well. So think before you deliver anything from your mind, or when you're about to say something, you should be sure about that. So here, let's begin the topic. So today's topic, if we talk about the today's discussion, which we are which we have decided as per our last conversation would be like a current scenario of India, what issues we are facing right now, and some issues like some international issues which is going to which is going to hamper our growth or going to hamper our economy or GDP or anything in future. Like uh, you all guys know that we still have concerns about Russia and Ukraine conflict. We still have concern about it, and now in between there is one more concern which we have, that is about China and Taiwan. So the scenarios, if we talk about the scenarios, are same. They were doing the war drill as Russia was doing in the beginning, and post their war drill, they just attacked. All of a sudden, they attacked Ukraine, and where they did not have any chance. However, other countries like NATO and other countries are supporting them. It's like Russia versus all other countries. It may be like 2030, as they say, that we are not just fighting with Ukraine, we are fighting with all the NATO countries, and apart from that, other countries who are willing to help Ukraine or going, with the USA. So let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about our country, the issues which we are facing right now. So as we already know that there is like a hate mongering over here in India. You can see that people like being attacked because of so and so Prophet Muhammad Sahab, and there's some regional or some region, like if we talk about some, like it's like the kind of scenario which we have never seen in last if we talk about these kind of clashes between all the religions like Hinduism and Muslims, and if we talk about other religions, so all are getting very on going on peak. Or if we talk about the issues which we are facing right now, that's actually like people are trying to condemn it, but somewhere in their heart they are not condemning it. They are still with their religion or with their religious sentiments. Right. So if we talk about religion, so we need to be very sensitive about that. So what happening is for past couple of months, we have seen that there is a kind of issue, and it's all like somewhere it's actually if we talk about at the end, everything is like unexpected happening over here, because we did not have such kind of issues over here in India, which is happening in last couple of months. We used to hear these things happening in so and so country, like other some Gulf countries or some different countries far away from India, and we have never heard about like ISIS or any extremism or any kind of religious organization which is influencing other people over here in India. It's like a long time back we used to hear these things. But if we talk about the current scenario, there is some drop for people. There are issues happening, and there are concerns raised about love jihad. If we talk about other concerns like certain Sujuda slogans are still people are chanting. And if we talk about extremism, is like going quite high. It's not just about one religion, it's about all the religions, they are on peak. If we talk about the hatred, it's like on peak. Whether you talk about any religion, it's like it's good to hear that almost every kind of people or every religion lives here in India. But if we talk about the current scenario, the people are not trusting each other. They are not trusting one another for any particular reason, and that reason is actually related to some particular reason actually related to their religion. And see, the youth, if we talk about, so it's our responsibility being a youth and being a citizen of India. We need to make sure that these issues should not be hampering our harmony. Like It's a secular country, everyone knows, but it does not give all the licenses to one particular religion to do everything whatever they desire or whatever they want to do. And it's like something which should be discussed along with all other people. Like if you talk about any other religion, if you talk about until and unless you know about that particular religion, or until and unless you are very confident, or you will know, you know about that particular thing very well, or you have got like command on some particular thing, only then we go ahead and we say that confidently, right? But here in India, what actually happening is people without their confidence, without their enough knowledge, they say anything whatever they get into their mind. So it's like a kind of thing which is actually hampering our harmony. Like the secular country is like just don't say anything, it's like a secular country, but somewhere it's hampering badly. So now just divert our mind from this issue which we are facing. If we talk about, apart from that, if we talk about, the GDP rate is going quite high. And in a private, if we talk about a kind of a private organization, is giving a kind of outcome which says that India's GDP more than 10, like it's like 13 point, like this quarter, it's more than 10. And it is like, if we talk about some news agencies, so they are saying it's like more than 13%, fastest growing. We always were there on top for, if we talk about the fastest growing economy. However, if we talk about the reality over here in India, so employment is the biggest challenge. The biggest challenge in current scenario is the job or business. And very important part is, like, when I was there in my hometown, I met a number of people and asked them whether they are getting job, or they are getting they were looking for a loan actually. So it's not that easy target to hit, like getting loan from government bank, or through the government for any particular business is like a big challenge for all normal people. They were complaining that the people who have good resources, like people who are actually supporting a ruling party, so they are getting it easily. So I tried checking it whether it's correct or it is wrong statement. So what actually happened is I spoke to like almost 5 to 10 people. I met them, and I just asked them that whether you were able to crack, or you were able to get that loan or not. So their answer was no. If you remember, if you can check my previous video, and that video will give you that there was a guy sitting next to me in my car, and he was telling me that I was there like 2 or 3 months back, and the same person was applying for a loan, could not get that. So he started doing a different kind of business. He suddenly, all of a sudden, he just came to me, just saw me, and he came to me and knocked my door. I asked him to sit next to me. Then I started asking what actually has happened, because one of my dearest friend, Irfan, asked me to have a cup of tea with him. So he was just outside for doing something. He was talking to somebody, so he came out from my car. Then all of a sudden, my another friend came. I asked him what actually has happened, and then he explained me that he just could not make it. He could not get that loan. So that's the only thing which I just got to know the people. That was on 15th of August. If I talk about the 15th of August live, if you check, so that guy was sitting next to me. So what to say in these issues? Otherwise, if we talk about the people who are actually enjoying, like 15 August is like overwhelming. I met a number of people, and nobody was walking. People were walking on the road, on the highway, or in the streets with the tiranga, with the flag, with the national Indian flag. It was like, oh, it's what touching my heart somewhere, and I felt proud that it's the very first time, like this year only. If I talk about, since my childhood, I have seen a number of, me myself been studying in Vidya Mandir. Vidya Mandir is like it's like based on Vishwa Hindu Parishad, the principle. And if I talk about uh, people who have studied in Vidya Mandir, or Vidyaniketan kind of school, they must know it's like kind of a school which is maybe like a pro Sanskrit medium kind of school, because we need to, and we had to perform all the rituals and everything as per their set parameters. We had to be on on the mark that moment of time. So it's good. I got good teachings. We talk about the people. They make people very tough. And most of the people from my school, or if we talk about the same kind of similar kind of schools, they are in civil services. Most of them are like IAS officers or PCS officers or IPS, or if we talk PPS officers, and they are doing good. They are law-abiding citizens. They train law-abiding citizens, and they make people very healthy as well. So, so I was there actually at my school, and I was just planning to meet some other friends as well. I met my childhood friends over there, and some other people as well, some my colleagues, not colleagues, if we talk about my neighbors, yes, my few of my colleagues as well, I met them. My childhood friends were there. I met a number of people, but I tried to get more and more information about my hometown, that what actually happening, and how it is happening, and what should be done, and what changes required, and what can be done, or what can be changed in this kind of scenario. So the people were good. They were okay with. They were happy with law and order situation, because they saw that other people, people are okay with the law and order. However, if we talk about the job oriented government, they were just denying the fact that there are not that kind of opportunities available. However, I have seen the people government hired a number of people for teaching. They were hiring for UP police as well. However, that is not enough, because it's like more than 24 crores, right? So it's like more than 24 crore people over there over here in Uttar Pradesh. So that is very difficult to fulfill all their needs, or everybody's needs. So somewhere I was just wanted to talk about the scenario which is actually there in UP Uttar Pradesh. So whatever their minds. So I was just uh, getting some ideas what they are thinking, and as per their thinking, they were quite happy just with the law and order situation. That's it. And if you talk about other things, they were not happy. So now let's get back from the hometown. If I talk about the hometown, my hometown is Prayagraj, Allahabad. It's used to call the Prayagraj. I'm sorry, Allahabad earlier. Now it's Prayagraj. So I was there for quite some time, for almost 5 or 6 days. So I met a number of people over there. Now, if we talk about the other issues of India which we are facing right now, so now the target. Now, if we talk about the current issues, if we talk about these days, so right now there is a issue with Delhi government. There is a kind of ED is taking care of all the people, and I hope you guys must have heard that there is a kind of action taken against some corrupt officers, corrupt politicians in West Bengal. Now there is like kind of huge controversy with the current government in New Delhi, and with the enforcement ED, right? So let's see what will be the outcome here. If we talk about the local people were getting 1+1 wine. In every wine shop, there were multiple wine shops, like it was nearby all the places. So people were enjoying one bottle with one bottle. So now it's been stopped. I believe it got stopped day before yesterday. It was stopped. So now almost private vendors are not selling wine anymore. It's like just the government vendors are providing wine. But if we talk about there is a kind of controversy, so let's see what actually happens, because somewhere it is. talking about some people are talking about the Mr. Sisodia, and there is a kind of controversy about how they gave licenses to all the private vendors, and they were actually connected to the. I hope you already know these things. So they were actually connected with the liquor manufacturers. Like in somewhere, there is a name late Mr. Ponti Chadda's organization is got involved in that as well. So these issues are actually current issues in Delhi. Now, if we talk about the next issue, the next issue is like love jihad, the kind of issue is going on the top because there are n number of complaints found here. If we recent encounters, if we talk about the recent issues, so first the very recent one is from Nikita Tomar was from Faridabad, shot by some person from different religion, and then it was Ankita, which is still in from Jharkhand, Dumka, and now the recent one is from somewhere in Uttar Pradesh, and I just don't want to take the names right now because it's like very sensitive. It's like from Uttar Pradesh, and she was abducted and kidnapped by somebody, and it is still that person was from a different religion. Now there is one more thing which is here in like Baghpat happened today. That's been complained today that somebody came to the parents and says that if you will not agree to send your daughter, then I gonna kill you or your family. See, this is the law and order situation, and this is happening. And why that's the reason why people are just talking about love jihad kind of issues are actually existing here in India. It's a kind of very serious problem happening for the last couple of months because these issues are getting in front of everybody. It's like it's there on every niche, and every now and then we get to know that somebody is abducted or somebody threatened or somebody got killed because of so and so reason. So people who are not believing in that thing now they are actually believe that the love jihad exists in India, and people are targeting it. And most of the time, we have found that people are doing it forcefully with somebody. And last update, if we talk about that Ankita case, that some people were reportedly telling and showing some pictures that the guys were being together earlier, but it does not give the license to that person to kill somebody, right? The life is kind of thing. We cannot take somebody's life. If somebody says no, it means no. Now, these issues are increasing day by day, and it's like, just because of that, people are just, just do not trust one another. See, it's like if we talk about these kind of issues, until we all just not go ahead and raise our finger against this thing, it will seriously, it will severe, it will be like it will be kind of harmful for for a longer period. And if it will remain same in somebody's heart, like in people's heart, so you can understand that people will never trust. They will not rely on anybody. And if they will stop trusting, it means there will be like a kind of, you know, kind of, we can say like it will be like win-win situation for those people who are actually trying or willing to do that, sitting, in any different country. As I already been telling you that these kind of issues are actually happening because of people sitting somewhere else in different countries and targeting India, because growing India is like a kind of issue for everyone. It's not just about our neighboring country, it can be any other country because they were not expecting this. And from the very beginning, it's like if we talk about it's like after Indonesia, it's like the most populous country for Muslims, and we all love each other, one another. We all live together, and that's the harmony which is being like it's a secular country, and everyone knows about India. So they just cannot digest that how the people are living together, and there is no issues. And if it's same moment of time, if we talk about other countries like any our neighboring country, if we talk about Pakistan, if we talk about any other Gulf country or any other country nearby India, so these people are not stable. But India is stable side by side. It's growing as well. So it's like this propaganda. The propaganda has been running for very longer period. It's not just about last couple of years, like 5, 10 years, 10, 15 years. No, it's from the very beginning, man. If you understand, if you try to understand the criticality of this issue, you know what? We just read the if we talk about our history, we read the history which is been written by somebody else who actually does not exist in India. People who are from outside, whatever they write, people accept it, and this is the only one country all across the globe which believes if somebody else says that you were that person, means your history was this which I have been writing down here in front of you. This is your history, and we overwhelmingly accept it. And the only concern is that people who have the a kind of propaganda. If we talk about before our freedom, or if we talk about the last couple of or let's talk about last couple hundred of years. Let's go back like 300, 400 years back. People do not know what we know. We just know the history which is being taught or which has been written by some selected people, and they were just taught us about Mughals, and next they taught about the Britishers. Means whatever Britishers did, it's there in our books, in our history. And if we talk about before that, like 1,000 years or more than 500 years, see, Mir Qasim attacked India in 712, 712, and post that, Mughal or any other people, they came back after like in 1100. So between 700 to 1100, like 400 years or 500 years, there is there is nothing. There's no existence. People just do not know. Let's talk about one thing, man. People just do not know the very kind of army which we had. The army which we had, last time after Mir Qasim, the Qasim was like the people. Just forgot the name of the person. Then it's like kind of just missed that name by chance. It's not there in my mind right now. But you can just go ahead and just find out. Mr. Hume says that if we talk about Mr. William, he was like judge in 1790 in India, and he was from from Britain actually. So one of the Britishers, what he says that the language, Sanskrit language, is actually all the languages taking some part of Sanskrit language. Means the talk about the mother language, it's like Sanskrit, and all other languages are following Sanskrit. But here in India, whatever been taught, now we just we are gone away from Sanskrit. Nobody talks in Sanskrit anymore. It's like kind of copyright for only few Brahmins or few means other religious, means people who like our priests. They are just taking the responsibility. Even they are just reading it. They are not talking to each other or one another every now and then. So it's being taught. It was like it's like pushed in our mind. It was like somewhere they were trying to play and they were running the propaganda. Now if we talk about this propaganda, has been used by so many people. If we talk about any left winger or a right winger, just do not get in the left winger or right winger thing. If you talk about the people who are actually ruling here for last decades, for last couple of decades, they have not been decided. They every time they criticized it, and they just criticized only one religion. And if you talk about what the issue we are facing now, let's talk about another thing. It comes in the picture. I'm talking about Bollywood. So the Bollywood comes into picture because of this kind of propaganda, the propaganda which has been used by other people. They started using that propaganda as hatkanda to get their issues fixed and to make some money. And you know what? That moment of time, it was. If we talk about the any old movie, if you see, if you'll find any kind of comedian must be speaking like in Sanskrit or must be speaking in kind of Shuddh Hindi. you will find that most of the movies, if you talk about the villain, when the villain start doing his or her work or plays his character, in the background you will see there is a slok or there is a kind of a chanting happening, and that is related to one religion. And any most of the time, kind of if we talk about a comedian, maybe like that must be Sikh. Or if you talk about the villain will be like either it will be a Brahmin, or it will be like a kind of Kshatriya or Rajput who's like a kind of rapist or taking some money, or Lala. Yes, I just forgot one more person. Lala takes all the money. माँ के कंगन वापिस कर दे लाला kind of stories were actually on the peak that moment of time. So it's been like kind of people are targeting this for really very long time. And now if you talk about why this boycott gang is there, boycott group is there, the people are boycotting the Bollywood. Why? This is all happening means because they have done everything in past. You remember there was a movie, and that was based on Mughal. The movie name is Mughal, and that is based. That was based on Gulshan Kumar killing, means on the life of Gulshan Kumar. So Amir Khan was going to play that character. However, what actually happened is, as per the hatred, as per this boycott gang, means people are actually hating Shah Rukh Khan. Literally, people do not like him at all because of his past statements, and not just his past statements, his doings. Apart from his doings, his work, his job. Apart from that, his wife in year 2015, when she was afraid of living in India, and he was there in Turkey, and he was meeting at Erdogan's wife, and he was not at all afraid over there. And this Turkey has been, uh, you know, always, every time it gives the statement against India, every time, each and every moment. If you talk, whether you talk about United Nation, whenever we talk about Kashmir, or every time Erdogan was against India, anti-Indian statements were there every moment of time. Apart from that, now if you talk about that Nupur Sharma case, there were OIC, there were other countries who were against India. Now, yes, now this topic is getting changed into now this kind of issue. When this Nupur Sharma issue happened over here, so what happened is people, they asked diplomats, Indian diplomats, and they talked about everything, and they scolded and they gave their remarks, right? So after their remarks, when the people started killing other people, means people, when the people, like if you talk about Kanhaiya Kumal got beheaded, and there were other people in Mumbai, in Maharashtra, then somewhere else as well. So it was keep repeating. So now they just quiet. Now what? In India, everybody was aware that it's like a kind of secular country which is running very well. Harmony is good. People are living here happily. So they just could not believe it. And they have been running this propaganda for like couple of 100 years. So they were not getting succeed. So they tried doing everything now just because of them, because they recognized, they acknowledged this issue, that Nupur Sharma issue. Now they know that there was some people got beheaded, and one person was beheaded in France. Then what actually France did, if you by any chance if you remember, so that thing did not happen over here in India. So message is very clear that in India people live happily and there is no kind of foundation. Now, in every scenario, in every issue, and every accident or incident, if you talk about it, after every killing, the message is going right away to international media that the people are here getting killed, and the major people are in majority, but they are still getting killed every now and then. It means, try and understand, if this thing is going in international media now, just because of that started because of that Jubair for alt news. And what he did, he just he just cropped some specific words and video and spread that. and he tagged other different Islamic countries as well. So now those people got to know about it, and they raised their finger. They put their remarks. They spoke to the diplomats. See, religion is religion is same for each and every. It's like my religion is for me. I love, and if I talk about somebody's religion, so it's like it's kind of a hate mongering. It's not required, but it was Indian, means it was our issue. It should have been solved within India, but because of that person, that Zubair, that all news, they what they did is that they've been getting paid for all the tweets, as he accepted himself. So what he did is he just spread that news all over and made it international issue. Now, what happened is after their remarks, after all the OIC and all other countries, when they gave their remarks, they were annoyed. Some other countries were annoyed as well. They were angry. But after these killings, now these all countries know that something is fishy. People are just making propaganda, and some countries are involved as well. But now they know, and the world knows that they cannot deny, because everything is there documented, that there were some killings, and these killings are happening every now and then. Now now after this, by any chance, by any chance, if government does anything, means anything wrong happens over here, then people would not trust. It's like as same as like bhediya hai, bhediya hai story. It's like a kind of saying that enemy is there, means somebody is expected, and that expected person is not there. Like somebody is kind of in tough corner and keep saying that he or she is in tough corner, and people are just running after him or her to save him or her, or to protect him or her, or to help him or her. Now, in every scenario, it's not possible, right? So, when this thing will really happen, then who's going to support? Then, in that kind of scenario, people would not be listening at all. So, try and understand. This is not just about our people, our friends in other countries. I'm talking about to all my Indian brothers and sisters, my friends, my relatives, everyone. The kind of society where we live, and the responsibility what we have on all our shoulders, that should not be for one person, that should not be for only one religion, it should be for all of us the same way. So stop going in extremism, stop getting radicalized. See, it's just it's kind of harmful activity which is actually happening for last couple of months, or if we talk about last couple of years as well. So we are harming ourselves. It's like they are getting paid and they are just putting money, and that's it. They are not doing anything, and they are not going to keep their promises. If you are take my words, they will not be keeping their promises as they are promising you. They are just see, taking somebody's life. It's not just about taking somebody's life. People whosoever is depending upon that person, you are taking all the rights of that person. It's not just about that particular person who's getting killed, or who's going to kill somebody. Because if you are going to kill someone, for sure that you will not remain as free as you are expecting that you would be. You would be killed, that today, tomorrow you would be facing same kind of challenges, because it's a law and order. You will be caught. So after you killed somebody means that family, people who were depending upon that person, they you all already uh, put their life in tough corner. So you just not giving the rights, and at the same moment of time, they have lost everything. Means they were depending upon a person, so you just took their rights from them. Same moment of time when you will be caught, your family members were there. Like if your family members are not there, or any relatives or somebody known or unknown, whosoever get to know about you, it will be like a painful situation for all of these people. Not just about, it's not just about you or me, it's not just about us, it's for everyone. Right, so let's just get away from this subject, because people who really understand, they should understand it, and these should be understood by those people, like those priests who are just teaching them, like radicalizing them, and they are diverting their mind and changing their mindset. It's not for you guys. They already, spent their life. They are like late 50s, 60s. They'll be gone after 5 or 7 years. And people like you who are younger, less than 20 years or less than 30 years, you almost have all your life, it is still remaining. Why you want to go behind the bar, or you want to go away from this world before the time? My God, this is like a kind of thing which can be discussed for all the day, but the people who understand it, I want you to, take a responsibility, at least make understand one or two people, and ask them to, make somebody understand. It's like as same dialogue as it was from Salman Khan, help three other guys. So make three other guys, make understand everyone, but at least three guys, three people, and ask them to make other people understand as well, at least two or three. Now, yes, Salman Khan controversy starts. Now, when we take the name of Khan, so Khan and Kapoor are the Khans and Kapoors are in controversy right now. And if we talk about the controversy, it's actually related to Amir Khan. And yes, Mr. Perfectionist. We used to call him Mr. Perfectionist, but the person is been like people just really hate him, whatever he has done in past, and he's been apologizing for a really long time. But if we talk about his like serial, if we talk about Satyamev Jayate or targeted to somebody, if we talk about his advertisements, it's like targeting one religion. If we talk about the movies targeted to one religion, so for how long people will like try to forgive him? So they like people are not forgiving everything because of that Sushant Singh case. After Sushant Singh murder, like killing or whatever happened with him, we do not know until the report comes. And see, the report is still not here. The case is still not resolved. So after this, Rajput case, now people started hating. They started doing a uh, kind of boycott. People are boycotting all the movies, not just the movies, anything, like every hell, like not just the movie advertisement, not just advertisement, their web series. If you talk about this movies, all the movies, not just they, the people just there is a trend like boycott Bollywood, not just about Amir Khan. But yes, in all these three Khans, like Shah Rukh, Salman, and Amir, he is the one who's actually been hated by almost the people. But if you talk about the Salman Khan, people really love him, still love him, and he did, because people have not found any kind of that much issues or that much controversy around him. And people do remember that he was the one who's been helping his sister Arpita, and he was doing all the arrangements, and that was like rituals of Hindu rituals. He performed that rituals, and the Kanyadan was done by Khan family. So somewhere he's people are really attached to Salman Khan because of his if you talk about being human, all other welfares, welfares, and doing a right thing for society and for needful people. So people are still attached somewhere with Salman Khan and Shah Rukh Khan as well, because Shah Rukh Khan is like kind of he got sympathy as well. And recently there was a poster like on Twitter. Like right now, if we talk about the on Twitter, right now people are talking about the Shah Rukh Khan. They're blaming either. It does not matter whether you follow a kind of religion or you do not follow a religion. People just hate you. Why? Now, see, it's like Ganesh Utsav right now. People are celebrating जब वो गणेश बप्पा मौर्य. So now, what actually happening on Twitter? People are trolling him that you're doing a kufra or something kind of hatred is there. People are hating means people are just saying that you should be out of you should be quit you should quit Islam. You should be converting to Hindu. You're already a Hindu or something like that. But people just forget. I believe the people have forgot that if we talk about two people, it means if we talk about Salman Khan or if we talk about Shah Rukh Khan, these people have been doing Ganesh Puja every now and means every year consistently. That even if I, as much I know, for 5 6 years, I know that they have been performing. They've been doing it for 5 6 years. So what's new? Now there are people are just trolling them. They are trolling Salman and they are trolling Shah Rukh Khan that you guys are actually not Muslim. You should be Hindu. And at some moment of time, Hindus are saying some people are saying that just stop showing off. We know that what you are. So it means that whether you do it or you don't do it, if people started hating you, it means the people will hate you. Whether you do a right thing or you just do what normally you do, or what you do as usual, or usually you do everything, people will not understand it. Why? Because the people stopped liking you. You talk about the last movie, it's not hit. It was flop. Last three movies are flop. If you talk about Shah Rukh Khan, flop. But somewhere people are still connected. The fan following is still there. But for Amir Khan, there is no fan following at all. Means only limited people who actually like Amir Khan. Otherwise, people are really actually hitting him. Like you can simply see people are just copying, like taking his name and making a kind of profiles, like fake profiles of Amir Khan. If they tweet anything, so you can see the replies. So it's a kind of hatred which is there. Now, at the same moment of time, now Brahmastra is coming. See, now the Brahmastra is coming, most awaited movie Brahmastra. But if we same moment of time, if we talk about the Karan Johar said something which is not expected or people were not expecting from him. He says, whether you watch or you do not watch, same thing means he's like a kind of he's kind of annoyed. He's been losing money, I understand. And same thing happens with Yash Raj as well. Yash Raj, if we talk about Yash Raj banners, people are talking about side by side there is Gadar. Gadar 2 is getting picturized, means the shooting is still on, and people are taking it like it's like wildfire. Means people just like Sunny Paji. I just do not know whether they hate Yash Raj Banner or do not hate, but they like and they are expecting that this movie should be released on 25th of 26th of January. Same moment of time, the same date which has been announced for Pathan. So somewhere, Yash Raj banners like they are somewhere afraid of it, that if the same movie, if Gadar will be released on that moment of time, so people will start boycotting our movie and may go and watch Gadar 2. So somewhere he's afraid, and yes, if a businessman, if we talk about, yes, whatever they are saying, if they say that they do not care, like recently Alia Bhatt says that people like me, they come if they do not want to watch me, don't come and don't watch. We are not going to face. The same thing was same thing, same kind of statement was from Karina. I believe it was a recent, or it was like quite long back. Still, because of that, people started hitting her. So first of all, they've been paying, and yes, one more thing. What Anurag Kashyap says, he says that people, he same kind of statement, and says that what did you do for me, means to the audience. And same thing, Shima or some sort of a girl actually connected to that Brahmastra movie, whether it's like a part of Karan Johar's team or it's not. And she says that her father is a Sanghi and she is not. And what kind of statement she gave is kind of hate, like kind of what there's no synonym for that. Means it says that the size of that reproduction organ is like a smaller of what to say in reproduction organs like. And he's saying that for all of the people who are hating, means he's talking about that people who are related to Sangh and RSS or something. So I just do not understand how did she get to know, means did she touch and did she measured, and how did she measured, and her father is actually in the same. What to say in that case? You guys are well aware about. See, just see the tweet. It's like a kind of unexpected things are happening. It's like in Hindi there is a saying "Vinash kale viparit buddhi." So the same thing is actually been happening over here with her. I just do not understand what was in her mind, what she was about to tell, and she just and she what to say, man. Now, if we these days, if we talk about that, the jeans was actually turned or kind of showing the thighs or somewhere it's like knees. Now you check or see the some sort of jeans or some viral pictures, so you would see that it's actually turned. Hell, man, and one more picture is actually like a kind of viral. That's from I just do not remember the name. Uh, Arjun Kapoor's wife. What's the name? I just forgot, man. What was the name? Malaika. She was wearing a dress. Even I'm not. I'm not just trying to. Means I'm just giving the public review which I have seen. She was, I believe, she was coming out from the gym or she was going to gym. So she was going to the fitness center or she was coming out of it. And the clothes she was wearing is like a kind of skin color and it was a skin fit. The people were thinking that whether she is wearing or not wearing any clothes. So, my God, see, these things are actually coming from what they have been teaching us. If you talk about the morals, if you talk about our, kind of Sanskriti, if we talk about our teachings, our gurus, if we talk about, or if we talk about our culture, that's nothing related to our culture or our religion or anything. They've been just spreading these kind of things, and that's the reason why people are getting attracted towards all the South Indian movies, because whenever they put a kind of a traditional information, they put it on the sound way with all the complete information side by side. They portray each and everything. And here in our Bollywood, it's like a one shot and it's gone. Kya hua? People do not know. It's like blink of an eye. It comes and goes. They do not talk about it, and they've been just making all the pictures and dialogues and villains. Recently you saw that movie Bagheera Samshera. Not Bagheera, it was Samshera. So the villain, if we talk about the Sanjay Dutt, was playing a role, and he was using that tripunda and everything wrong. Even he was about to do it, there was a chant. And if you talk about the previous movies, other movies as well, whenever anything, if villain is going to kill somebody, so there will be like a kind of shloka. What's that, man? So try and understand what these people are doing it, and that is the only one concern, which is actually every parent's concern now. Now they've been thinking that what actually we are getting from there, from the Bollywood, we are paying them, we are getting no respect, we are expecting at least some kind of decent kind of movie which can be seen. Means you see any South Indian movie, you can see along with your family. Means most of the movie, not all the movies. Most of the movies like from South, you will see a traditional. You will see a kind of picturization or anything which you see. You can see some sort of kind of pictures may like violation, may be unexpected, but this is something which you can see. These movies will be seen means you can go along with your family members or you can go with anybody, or it's like a kind of decent atmosphere in the movie. But if you the same moment of time, if you take any recent Bollywood movie, not all the Bollywood movies I'm talking about, most of the Bollywood movies, you cannot go with your family, you cannot go ahead and enjoy everything. You will go with your parents? No, you will not go. You will go to watch Magadhira. You go and watch what was the movie, but the Prabhas movie, Bahubali. You can go with your parents. You can watch that movie. You can enjoy sex, and that too. If you talk about, you see Kartikeya two, the Kartikeya two. See, Kartikeya 2 is a kind of movie. It was, I believe, the complete budget was less than 20 crore or 15 crore, less than 20 or 25, less than 20 crores. But that movie was dubbed in Hindi and it did a fabulous job, a fantabulous job. Why? It was talking about our tradition. It was talking about Lord Krishna and all, and explained everything. There was a role of Anupam Kher that was for 5 or 7 minutes. That's it. But he was like lucky amulet for that movie as well. Is like a kind of very influential role which he played in that movie for 5 or 7 minutes. So it depends what your contents are. Means if your content is actually meaningful or if your content is actually good, then people will go and watch movie. But if you talk about, if you to take somebody Kapoor or some Khan's name and you think that movie people will get attracted and they will die, if they will not see, they will sell their self and they will gone that days, man. That gone that days long back. People should have been thinking before killing the that Rajput, Mr. Rajput. After that means it's that kind of what I can say. It's like a curse on Bollywood. And same moment of time, if we talk about Kashmir Files, that based on true story, people were tried doing. They left no stone unturned to stop that movie. But that movie did what it was expected, and it was seen by almost people who were, and it was like, see, it was like eye opening for me as well. Why? Because that moment of I was working at a place. People who know me, they may know that I used to work at Shastri Park, New Delhi Shastri Park, DMRC, New Delhi Shastri Park. I used to work there. So I used to give my contribution. So there was a NGO, and that NGO came to me, not just me, to my other friends as well. And they asked me and they explained that their people need money and they are from Kashmir. So I said, okay, yes. And I asked them the reason. They said that they are like homeless, means they do not have any shelter to live. They do not have any livelihood. They are like they are like kind of people who are like refugee kind of people, but they are from India, so that's why we are just supporting them to provide them a livelihood, or to provide them at least food. They were looking for 2 square meal only, and they were not able to make that much money that moment of time. So I just saw them. I saw it, they asked me to meet some people as well, but I just did not have any idea that I'm contributing the same sort of money. I have been contributing from my salary. I've been giving it, and I gave some clothes as well, and whatever I could do that moment of time, I just did that unwillingly, means willingly or unwillingly, but unknowingly, means I did not know that these are the people, and these things actually has happened with them, because they just gave us a limited access to meet them. We just could not meet, we just could not speak to them that longer period, because they were there for very short time. So I thought that these NGOs, or they may be, or these people may be trying to make some money or something. But when I saw those people, I just somewhere it touched my heart. I said, no, no, man, I should at least contribute something. So I used to contribute some sort of amount every month to them. But after like this, uh, when I just saw this movie, then I just got to know I was helping to right people, means these things actually has happened. And I just could not believe that actually has happened within India. And nobody is talking about that, and everybody talks about Hindu Muslim and Hindu Muslim, and these kind of clashes or riots and everything. Every now and then some killing happen, and the people talk about it. At the border, people are getting killed, then people talk about it. Everything is being talked and discussed with everybody, except that thing, that these Kashmiris and these people were thrown out from the Kashmir, and they are here in New Delhi, sitting here or in some different countries and living like a refugee, and they are not able to get their livelihood, and they are still struggling with two square meal. And that thing is actually been happening, and nobody is talking about this. And I have been paying money when I was there, and it's like long time back, like 5 or 7 years back. I was paying them 7 8 years back. I've been paying them. So now we just got to know, and this movie is all about like 32 years back. My God. So we need to come out from these kind of things. Means only talk about and talk about one particular religion or something. Please come out from this situation. Just whatever has happened, we cannot just get that. We cannot bear to get that repeated again. But we cannot change that past, right? We cannot change that past. Yes, some we can go ahead and help. And I am talking about this right now. The government, it's always talk about like nationality and national anthem and everything. So what did they do for those people, like 4 or 5 lakh people who came from Kashmir and spread in all other region of India, means other different cities? How many people are there? You were not able to protect them. Some few of them were teachers. Means recently, I'm talking about last couple of months. We have heard that they've been killed by from terrorists. They've been shot. Not just them. I'm talking about the people who are there for livelihood. I'm talking about like below the fourth class. Means I'm talking about the labor kind of people who are there, and they are not able to survive. Sometimes like any chaat wala, khomche wala, or labor class person is being shot. Some people from Meerut, some people from Bihar, some people from different places. They are getting killed over there. So what the government is doing here? It always talk about like nationalism, nationalism, nationalism. So what is, where is the nationalism? Why are you not able to save these people over there? And why these killings are happening everywhere in India? And you just say, then the political parties say that I'm condemning this. So if you condemn that, the person's life will be back to, means that the dependent people who were there, who are there actually, who are suffering, they would overcome from your condemnation if you condemn them. And still if you talk about the, no action is being taken against these people. And I'm talking about, especially I'm talking about the situation is quite bad in Rajasthan. And if you talk about West Bengal, now the situation is getting worse there, and in Kerala as well. Two, three different places are actually worse places. I have been listening in number of things, and I have heard, and I have seen, I have met a number of people about that, about that kind of issues, means they have been facing and they are struggling. They are suffering from these issues, and other people now they are just trying to make, means, more and more money. Now it is doing the enforcement. ED is doing the right job. I believe the only one thing right now which is actually happening is like kind of ED is doing a great job over there in West Bengal. Every now and then we just hear about Chatterjee or Banerjee. and they like 10 of bags, or unlimited cash. My God, how do they? And apart from that, yes, one more thing, which is which has to be discussed. One more thing, man. One more thing is people are getting fake currencies from West Bengal as well. Fake currency means a currency. It's actually attached to Bangladesh. Everyone knows how these people, the Rohingyas, are coming, and she's just letting them, do whatever they are willing to do. And from there, they go to Bihar and then come to Delhi. They go to UP, Uttar Pradesh. They go to other state. They go other places. Now that population is actually at the all the borders. If we talk about West Bengal, and the population increased up to 30 to 35%. If we talk about Uttar Pradesh, UP, it's increased like 35 to 40%, almost more than 35% increase, 37% at least. Now, if we talk about Jharkhand, if we talk about other places, now we have seen. Last time I was there to Himachal. I was there to. I was going to Kullu Manali. Now, if you see, like last year, last to last year and last year, I just could not see some places. Means I just did not find anyone, selling any something on the hills or on the road or next to roads. Now I see the people who are actually may not be Indians, because when you talk to them, you will find their accent is very different, and not just the accent is different, their looks are different as well. And when you talk to them, you'll get to know that they may not be Indians. And these people are like street vendors are everywhere in Himachal or on the way or on the national highways as well. You'll find these people. So I just want to say, if anybody is listening or maybe listening after some time, so why are you waiting or wasting your time? Just try and identify these people. Check their identities, whether they are who these people are. Same thing happening in Uttarakhand as well. I was there in Masuri. There is a society, just forgot the golf society. I just do not remember. It's before the Sahasradhara, there is a society. Now the democracy, if you go there, that everything is changed. Most of the thing, not everything means the roads are same. I'm talking about the population. The population is full of people outsiders. I'm talking about. It's same thing is happening in Uttarakhand, same thing is happening in Himachal. So I just want to ask you people, and one more thing, guys. This is water, okay? This is water. Somebody asked me that whether you're using a vodka, you have a vodka bottle. So this is, ma'am, this is a water bottle, Ava. So this is not vodka. Somebody asked me, so it's like a third time somebody asked me. So I'm telling you guys, this is not a vodka. This is a water bottle. Just give me a moment. I'll be back in a minute. Please hold. Go anywhere. All right, guys. So let's stop our conversation over here. I'm betting. So we'll meet again. So everything is enough for today. There are some topics remaining. Yes, one thing that Rishi Sunak is like. As in the contest, maybe upcoming Prime Minister of UK. So, and but if we talk about side by side, the chances are like kind of 50-50. We cannot make sure, because if we talk about the NT party, she came with kind of business mindset that she would be giving some rebate on taxes. There would be some changes. There would be some sort of development as well, and people actually started liking it, because she's talking about the development and he's talking about the development as well. But she's talking about some sort of relief on the taxes. So maybe it makes some changes. So by any chance, if he wins, so we are just keeping our fingers crossed for Rishi Sunak. So let's see, because his leadership quality is different, and he's been playing a like kind of key role in some other roles, and he was part of that. He was with Mr. Boris Johnson as well. So, and if we talk about the NT party, she was foreign minister for Britain. So she was being in key role as well. So this is it for today. So let's hope that Mr. Rishi Sunak can grab this opportunity with both the handeds, and if he becomes a prime minister of UK, so that will be like first person from India who's going to be, or he will not be a white person, the very first time. So let's see. Hope for the best, and take care. Bye bye. It's all for today. Have a great time. God bless you. Good night. Shubhratri. Shabba khair. Take care.